Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. We're gonna jump in the queue here and go watch Flabbergasted versus Nameless Surf. I didn't realize Nameless Surf is somebody's Smurf. I guess the name suggests it, and I probably talked about it on a previous episode. I just don't remember it. Wow, this is interesting. What is Apollo gonna be able to do this game? Can your opponent? Well, Apollo can snipe walls. That's pretty cool. But you didn't get there in time to snipe their only wall, so they're still going to be getting absorbed. So Apollo's just like a 3 damage attacker, basically. And it stops opponent from buying things like Tesla Coil, and it stops their tantalums from clicking as much. But overall, Apollo just seems to me like a 2 damage attacker, right? 3 damage attacker right now. And, you know, we just have 5, 6 damage here, call it 7. Opponent has like 6, but they have like 2 plus 7 more drones, right? So this player's up a couple damage, this player's up like 7 or 8 drones. If you consider the Gauss Fabricator as a sort of drone. Steel Forge, huh? I wonder if that's for clicks or if it's for double wall. You have to buy a wall here, right? Apollo sniping your only wall is just such a bummer. Wow, we have a lot of green. How did that happen? What are we doing with it? I think that the Steel Forge click the Steel Forge must be for clicks, but then you're not absorbing on your wall, right? I don't totally understand the purpose of the Steel Forge. Because you have so much tech already that you can't spend it. And therefore, like, I think you want the Steel Forge to be subtracting tech, not adding it. But it's gonna cause you some problems, isn't it? Oh, Blood Pact. Blood Pact's pretty gross. I don't know. I guess Flabbergasted might have some play, but you see 2 Ferret Insects just sitting there, and then you Apollo snipe a barrier for no reason. Okay. I mean, that's the same as sniping a wall, but it is cute. Right. Either way, you were killing 1 wall and 1 NG. But this way, you make it look like the barrier's got no value. Right, you accept 2 less value on your Apollo to give your opponent 2 less value on their barriers. It's just cute, but not actually meaningful. Likewise, Apollo sniping NG here to deny absorb is not a thing, because you could just snipe a wall anyway to do more damage. Actually, maybe... Is it a thing? No. Because either way, you kill 2 walls and an NG. Either sniping wall, lose wall NG, or snipe NG, lose wall. Yeah. It sure is nice for Flabbergasted not to have to defend at all, but these Ferret Insects make me very sad. And not having a Gauss Fab is pretty sad too. Right, we're at 3 permanent attack, opponent's at 7. Our Apollo is 3 more, so there's that. But we're way down on drones as well. So I feel like there's really no way Flabbergasted can come out ahead here. Alright, we have Elyot. He's always a tough one. I see a lot of defense here, right? In so much as there ever is a lot of anything in base +5. Right, there's big absorb and big soak and like medium soak, and the only aggression is Immolite. So we're clearly going for like a lot of drones into Zatron, into buying all the Tarsiers. Right? Probably you get them all. How could you not? Might as well build up some time bank while we churn through the Dynamo opening, because I don't really want to think through the details of like 4 turns from now. I can think through them more quickly if I do it 4 turns from now than if I try to do it now, so. If he builds an Animus, I would laugh a lot. Really? I guess I should laugh a lot. I saw him pausing instead of just building DD, but like, no way! Right? Immolites are not enough justification for this. What? Why do you want to stop on like 12 drones? Into this? This is some kind of sick joke. I don't know. He doesn't. He just wants to get back into droning afterwards for some reason. I don't really understand the purpose of this. Do I get a forge? I mean, I don't think it's actually all that useful. Just say, fine, build more Immolites if you want. I'm not... If he builds Immolites, my wall won't get much value anyway, right? So I might as well just, like, say, fine. If you want to spend your entire limited economy, or most of it anyway, right? If you want to buy no drones this turn and hit me with 2 more Immolites, go ahead. I allow it. I actually have access to Zatron this way, even. So maybe I shouldn't have built the NGs? No, because I want to be droning. Always be droning. A, B, D. It's probably a little too early for Zatron, to be honest. He doesn't have enough attack for that to be relevant. I bought the Conduit as just like another drone when I was buying it. And then I realized, wait a minute, I also set up Zatron, but I don't think I should buy the Zatron. I think I should just get more drones and like a forge. Because he's going to attack me 2 turns from now, right? If he doesn't have anything else to go with these Immolites, then I'll have won the game already, I feel like. Okay. I still think it is not Zatron. We don't want it now. Just go with something like this. Right? Start getting attackers, get a wall. Right, the most he can realistically threaten is like... He'll kill 1 NG and then he'll be attacking for 4, maybe 5. Wall Force Field defends both of those. And then 2 Tarsiers. That's 6, 14. I can click this and drone if I want. Or I could build a Zatron. I don't know. I have too much tech for that at the moment, though. Oh, I would love to see an MLA, because that rewards me for the wall that I already kind of want to build a little bit. It gives him less value by holding his Immolites. I don't know. I guess his thinking is that if he doesn't build an Immolite, I don't have to build a wall. I might want to anyway, though. Just because, like, letting him get those NGs is not so great. Okay. I'm happy to see this Immolite. And then next turn he threatens 4, so I want 2 NGs. I can probably get a wall or something. When is Zatron time? Not yet, I think. It's going to be a little bit hard to like buy Zatron while still spending all my tech. I'm sort of stuck with spending like at least 11 on wall immo, which means I would need 22. I could float 1 red, maybe, to get like wall immo. Maybe I could just float the blue, say I don't need the wall right now. But since he held the Immolites and built 2 more, I do need the wall to go with my Zatron. I mean, I'm up drones, I'm up blue, I'm down Immolites. It's going to be an interesting balancing act with the Zatron and the walls against Immolites. Right now, I'm sort of off sync for that. But I think that if I just let Zatron heal for 2 turns, he'll suddenly be in good shape against the next Immolite wave. And it's not like I have a choice. Next turn, I have to let Zatron heal because the opponent won't even be attacking. He threatens to punish that by holding Immolites, I guess? I don't know. That doesn't seem super great. But he does seem to have like bought more attack than me and not be super far behind in other stuff. So I don't know, his opening his opening made me spend a lot of money on engineers. So he wasn't really as far behind in drones as it looked, because a lot of my drones were dedicated to tasks I'd rather not have them perform, right? So, I don't know. Is he really going to choose to attack for just 3 next turn and deny my Zatron a little bit of value? I don't think so. This is a little greedy, but I think the game calls for greed. I want all the drones that I can get, and right now I don't see how he's going to stop me. I have polywalls though. I don't give a shit about these Gauss charges. And my Zatron is on like max health. I guess his problem is I'm not attacking enough to do damage to his Zatron, so these are just sort of like he has to buy them, whether he likes it or not. He's attacking for like 8, 9, I don't know, 17? Doesn't seem like a problem. Right? You just get a wall and LOL? Keep building attackers? I might want to get into Sentinels soon, I suppose. Yeah, well, but I wanted to click that Dynamo. I think I can maybe still go really slow. Because, like, I don't want to stop at 6 attack. I need more than that, right? So I don't think it's Sentinel time yet. I think it's still drone time. Opponent clearly disagrees, like he's buying... He sort of stopped droning, more or less. But about next turn, seems like it's time to buy at least one Sentinel. I'm a little bummed. I thought I had a little more defense than this. I didn't realize I'd have to force field here. I don't know, is this right? What if I did this instead? Because I need kind of a lot of defense next turn, don't I? He's actually interested in clicking his Zatron, which means he's going to attack for like 14... No, 13. 14, 16, 19, plus like a couple more attackers is 20. My Zatron will be at 9. I have a Polywall. That's 15. Well, that's certainly a lot less than 20, isn't it? Let's just grab a few more of these. I guess I do have some defense left over from this turn, though. I maybe could have droned there. Joke's on him. I can not click my Sentinel. Yeah, I don't know. I should have thought about the fact that he would want to... That attacking for like 6 or 7 might be an exploit against a Polywall. If he clicked his Zatron. So maybe the Sentinel buy was a little bit bad. It does seem like I don't have that many attackers. But I'm up 6 drones? I don't know. Fix it, please, Elyot. I don't know. That's a perfect. It seems like a reasonable thing for Q defense to do, even though I don't want it at the moment. Maybe Rhino's better. Click, click, pass, click. Okay, this Rhino won't be around to defend for the next Immolate wave. What am I attacking for next turn? 7, 8, 10, 13. Is 14 good? Seven, 10, 13, 14. Is 14 permanent attack good enough against all this? Doesn't seem like it is, honestly. I don't need an NG right now. I just need a drone. I'm gonna have plenty of defense against his like crummy turn, right? Of 5, 6, 7, 9. No, because I need to build a wall next turn. No, I'm probably holding a splitter is what I'm doing. To have that be what I absorb on instead of Zatron. I think he has enough attack that I can't just like build a wall. I think I have to build a Polywall and hold a splitter instead, but I haven't counted it out. Yep, that does over defend the Zatron. Very good. Yeah, maybe something like this to defend against the next big swing turn. He has a ton of defensive tempo in these Sentinels, of course. And I'm still not really sure how the... Come on. How the attacker calculus works out. Like, which of us is ahead on that? Honestly, like, I don't need NG's next turn, right? I should be okay. Well, I should count it out, actually. He's attacking for 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4. Yeah, if I... 4, 7... Actually, if this were NG's, I think I could build a wall instead of a splitter. I'm not sure. Because I have this Sentinel defense to fall back on. Yeah, right? Nice. Let's get in there for a bit more. I do like the new Sentinel. It is relevant a lot more often. And not such a drag in the games where it is relevant. Wow, I'm actually just like, I don't need a polywall? For real? That's pretty cool. I love Sentinel. Yeah, I feel ahead right now. I don't feel like I've won the game or anything, but I feel good about my position. It won't be a shameful loss, at least. Well, we need a wall, and that's all. That defends the Zatron. We want to keep the Sentinels going. Out of Tarsiers. Okay. I told you I'd buy them all. I don't know. People ask me, why do you still queue base +5? And while I'm tired of answering that question, I'm sort of not tired of seeing sets where, like, this is totally a fine base +5 set. It's interesting. There's stuff to do. Could I just BM him with a steel splitter? Like, that seems good, to be honest. Like, on his big turn, get a splitter instead of buying... No. Yeah, that's fine. Zatron wants to defend, so I don't need to, like, over-defend him. Like, there's just a lot going on here, and it's cool to play this set well. Sure, the direction the game is going to go in is fairly set, but there's a lot of room to play around within that. I mean, I'm up 8 drones and I'm up attack, so I don't know. I think he could resign, actually, is how ahead I think I am. Does he lose any attack here? He loses either an attacker or Zatron, right? He could absorb onto Zatron, I guess, and lose no attackers, but I don't mind letting him gambit that, like... More conduits? More drones? I have enough conduits for force fields, yeah. Let's just build more drones. I feel like I want a Rhino at some stage in here. I don't know, this is fine. Oh, I still didn't over-defend the Zatron, did I? Even if after he lost an attacker. Whoops. Well, I don't know. It's sort of hard for him to click everything, isn't it? That's me post-hoc rationalizing. I knew he was going to have to hold this splitter. I just knew it. It was completely planned. I did, to be honest, think briefly about it, but I didn't go so far as figuring out that he would have to. Cool. I don't remember a time that I've beaten Elyot before, actually. And I think these days, like, I don't know, he's about my peer, but I don't face him that often, and so, like, when I do, I get all scared. He's certainly, I don't know, on the strong side of people whom I consider my peers. There are people who are clearly way above me, and I feel like these days Elyot might not be one of them. But it's, anyway, I'm proud to have finally beaten him at his own game, haha. So, anyway, I think things went more or less as I prophesied. I've used that word recently in videos. I don't know why, just sort of on my mind somehow. You want, like, all the drones and all the Tarsiers, is what I think is true here. I didn't get all the drones, but I did get, like, more than all of them, in a way, right? Like, you look at the end, like, what did I buy? Each of these is 2 drones, basically, right? So I bought 8 of these, and there were only 7 normal drones left. So, in a way, I did kind of buy, you know, 21 drones. Although it took quite a while. This was sort of like when the game was over and I got them just because Engineer was illegal. But it's just like, you look at this with all this absorb, Zatron, I don't know. He's a big absorber, but he's not like huge. You know, a wall set goes from absorb 2 to like absorb 4. No, absorb 5? You average between absorbing for just you gain 4 health on the turns you absorb with Zatron, and you gain 6 health on the turns you absorb with wall, right? The wall plus Zatron healing. So you average 5 absorb. So Zatron kind of is like averaging 5 absorb, which is like huge, right? It's like Centurion, but it doesn't attack. It's not as good a unit as Centurion, but it's very defensive. It can power like through a lot of enemy attack. And then there's like these 2 really great soak units that serve different purposes and have different colors, importantly. Meaning that like when you need to, you have access to a lot of soak, and like some of it's prompt, some of it's non-prompt. It's really great to have that kind of flexible soak where you can work in whichever one happens to fit better with your current needs. And then, like, finally Thorium as a way to make it possible to econ up even more efficiently than just, like, third energy drones. So I think that... I don't totally understand this Animus. Like, obviously, yes, Immolite is a thing you can rush with. But I feel like in any set where even a moderately high econ is reasonable, you just laugh off Immolite rushes even into this, right? You do need to be careful as a player too, not to go like double Dynamo on turn 2 if your opponent has some really powerful rush they could go for that would hurt you. Because they can Animus here, but this is not a powerful rush that can hurt me. You would be more worried about like Grimbotches, Vors, Perfs, that kind of thing. Immolites are fine support to that, but they're not like the whole thing. And furthermore, like there's still good defense. That's if I were just opening this Dynamo because like Dynamo's in the set, and this is a good opening, the quick red to threaten that would be more reasonable. Right, if it was like, okay, it's a mostly red set, but you get 2 Dynamos because it's an efficient economic opener, then there's some like argument that you could try to punish that. But here, where it's a set where I wanted to go big anyway, I feel like his diversion into red just crippled him long term. But, I mean, it was taxing my engineers, right? I had to build stuff. And actually, I ran out of engineer supply at the end, so it did... Maybe I shouldn't have been so dismissive of his efforts. I don't understand this Immolite. I still don't get it. Like, it forced me to wall, but I'm not sad about that. And he held it. Okay, I see. He was looking ahead to this turn and seeing that he wanted to build 2 attackers and a Zatron. And he saw that he could only do that. He couldn't do that if this Immolite had been a Tarsier, right? So he needed to float 2 for next turn. That's why he got the Immolite, not because of some tactical considerations about what it would do to my turn. Okay. Fine. I guess in that context it makes quite a bit of sense. And then, like, I just tried to build drones for as long as I could get away with, and... I don't know. Like, I guess his Zatron was a little premature? Maybe? Like, he did get to time clicking it with all these Immolites, Tarsiers, and Gauss Cannons coming in, which is, like, pretty cool and scary looking, right? But... it also came exactly when my Zatron hit 12 health, so I don't know. You would rather defend with the Zatron, but I didn't build enough attack to make that good, so he had to click it. Is he happy or sad that this turn happened? I'm really not sure. I was happy, I thought, but maybe he was too. Maybe one of us was wrong. Well, or maybe I was happy and he was sad, but just had no choice. I'm not sure which of those is true. But like in a game where both players' Zatron health matters, clicking Zatron is paying 7 health to gain 5 health, more or less, right? Not something you like to do. So I choose to believe that he was unhappy about this outcome. But I don't know, like... at this stage in the game, I'm up 7 drones. That seems pretty good. And a green, or, you know, so that's how I guess I was able to survive through his higher attack numbers, right? Because at this stage in the game, like, let's do the actual count, right? Here we are at the end of my turn. What's the board look like? He has 5, call it 6 attack, and 9 more half attack, so call that like 5. Right, we rounded up on the Sentinel and down on the Immolites. I already lost count. He has like 11 attack, right? And I have 7, 8, 9-ish. So I'm down quite a bit of attack. But I have more econ. I'm just looking at these engineers and realizing, like... given the engineer supply problems I ran into at the end of the game... what turn is this? Is it turn 10? Like, and the fact that I didn't even... like, I hardly touched my polywall supply. I could have maybe considered another forge at some point back here. Instead of like having to buy all these NGs. But, I don't know. I didn't really want another forge. Maybe I should have wanted it though. It's like to be able to build wall polywall would be pretty cool. It would be a little bit hard to spend my red while doing that, but I don't know. Maybe not because of dynamo clicks. And I don't know. I sort of just like autopiloted the larger economy to victory. I didn't totally autopilot. Like I was trying to count a little bit ahead of time to see like, hey, let's make sure I can over defend the Zatron. But I didn't calculate those things out perfectly. Because he had so little attack on the off turns, right? His Immolites made my Zatron a lot easier to deal with. That's one of the downsides of Zatron, is that it can be kind of difficult. In order to get the benefit of alternating between absorbing with it and absorbing with something else, you have to sort of go out of your way to over-defend the Zatron, which can be difficult. But when your opponent obliges by only attacking you every other turn, you sort of get that for free, right? Of course, he was still attacking me, like, you know, this was an attack for 12. But in this kind of set, like, I don't know, an attack for 12 is sort of laughably weak and doesn't really matter. You don't need to think about it. Right, like, what were the attack numbers like when we started getting into the end? Like, I was attacking for 15, 18, just, like, still scaling up, saying, I don't really care about all these attacks you're making. I'm just going to keep adding attackers while I fend off, like, 15 damage a turn. It's just that defensive a set with that much econ that you can afford to just carry on defending indefinitely. So, I don't know, it's cool. I'm proud to beat him, I think I said already. And it's nice to break out of that losing streak. What was that, like 7 games or something? Ugh. Might have been more, honestly. I think about 7, though. And win a game with all the Tarsiers. They say whoever buys the most Tarsiers loses the game, but this time Immolite was that unit. And good job, New Sentinel. I'm still happy with you. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.